Hey, welcome in. Here's what you got. About a 20 to 30% chance of rain. This should be for after 1 o'clock. By the way, this should change any moment. But 4 to about 6 o'clock, could see some showers and thunderstorms moving through the area. High temperature mid-70s, by the way. Still going to be fairly mild into this evening. That's your forecast first. WXXV News 25 starts right now.
Coming up on WXXV News 25 at noon, a benefit is being organized for the family of a man killed in a bar shooting last weekend. Details on that coming right up. We also take a look at a few awards received recently here on the coast. And in Louisiana, a sheriff's deputy near Baton Rouge is being recognized for giving back to the community in a big way. We'll have that story. Good Thursday afternoon, South Mississippi, and thank you for joining us right here for WXXV News at noon. New this afternoon, we have an update on that deadly wreck that happened earlier this morning in Saussure. A dump truck and a minivan collided around 8 o'clock this morning, killing both minivan occupants. Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer has identified the minivan driver as 68-year-old John Potts of Saussure. He was not restrained and was ejected from his vehicle. His passenger, 13-year-old Victoria Hutcherson, also died as a result of the wreck. According to officials, Potts was crossing from South Taylor to Nobles Road. He made it across the northbound lanes and was in the center median. When he tried to cross the southbound lanes, that's when he was hit by the dump truck, which rolled. The truck driver suffered a head injury after being ejected from his truck and was taken by ambulance to an area hospital. MHP is still investigating the exact cause of this accident. And last night, a motorcyclist was killed in a crash on Fire Tower Road. Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer tells us 38-year-old Zachary Rushing of Pass Christian was traveling northbound on Fire Tower when a southbound vehicle turned in front of the motorcycle, which then hit the passenger's side. Rushing was thrown from his bike. He died at the scene of blunt force trauma. He was wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. And we are just learning about a benefit for the family of Richard Davis in Hurley coming up this weekend. You may recall Davis was shot and killed at a Lucedale area bar on March 9th. All proceeds will go to the funeral and his children. Doors will open at noon Sunday at the Bluff Bar. $15 pulled pork plates will be sold starting at 12:30. There will also be small raffle items starting at 1:30. For more details on this benefit, you can head right now to our website, WXXV25.com. All right, we're going to check back in with meteorologist Jeff Vorick now, who has a quick look at weather again. And Jeff, I was outside for a little bit earlier. Can't complain.
No, it felt really nice out there. Nice warm breezes too. And here's what you got from our Jalen Mazda camera in Biloxi, looking west from the top of the Golden Nugget. 74 degrees, cloud coverage is definitely there, but how about that? 74, that is a nice one, already about 5 degrees above average for the high temperature. Winds out of the southeast 10 to 15, gusting over 20 continue for the area. Mississippi Power Doppler is dry. A little bit of what's called ground clutter in the radar beam there, a little contamination, but no rainfall just yet. That is in the forecast, in our hometown forecast of Agricola, provided by Backyard Paradise Pools. Stray showers, thunderstorms, dense fog settles in tonight, though winds will remain elevated through a lot of the day.
Thank you, Jeff. NCBC Gulfport Fire and Emergency Services has been named the U.S. Navy's Small Fire Department of the Year. The Naval Construction Battalion Center received the honor Tuesday. Throughout 2023, the department responded to more than 300 emergency calls, and team members received 20 life-saving awards. During Fire Prevention Month last October, personnel from the department visited 18 schools in the community and educated more than 4,000 kids on fire prevention and safety. NCBC Gulfport's fire department is one of 3 U.S. Navy fire stations to receive this honor. And Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College administrators say Jackson County campus student Hayoshi Takashi has been named a 2024 Geist White Scholar by Phi Theta Kappa. Takahashi is an Ocean Springs resident and has demonstrated commitment and leadership in various campus organizations. Those organizations include the Honors College, the Student Government Association, and the Oak Club. After completing his studies at MGCCC, he plans to transfer to Mississippi State University to pursue a bachelor's degree in biological science. His long-term goal is to attend the Uniformed Services University to prepare for a career as a physician in the Air Force. Congrats. An awards ceremony in Louisiana honors law enforcement officers for acts of kindness. One of the recipients, though, did something so selfless it's tough to comprehend. And as Abigail Whittam reports, he did it for a complete stranger.
In November, high school football coach Herbert Davis received a phone call that would change his life.
You know, you had your doubts, would you ever get one, and you know, but you know, we just stayed faith in the Lord, and you know, got the call in late November.
The news that someone was donating a kidney to him.
Oh, it's very emotional. You know, I waited 5 years, did dialysis 5 nights a week for 4 hours at a time.
The hero was a stranger and also a law enforcement officer, Captain Patrick Johnson of the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office.
As I told him when he came to see me before I got out of the hospital, I mean, there's no words. You could never say enough that, you know, to thank someone. But it's just it's an unbelievable thing to be able to do that for someone.
And you'll never believe why Johnson said he chose to give up one of his organs.
NYPD detective had done the same thing, and I thought about it, and it was just kind of one of those things that, you know, never really left my mind. And in fact, it kind of built up steam as time went on. And so I prayed about it and researched it, and I was just being led that direction.
He was one of 14 officers from around the state recognized for their acts of kindness at the annual Beyond the Badge luncheon in Baton Rouge.
I'm just one of many. I'm not anything special. It's, you know, there's guys out there, you know, we saw 13 other people today that got recognized for what they do, and in fact, there's thousands more that don't even get that recognition, that do these kinds of things every day, that wear a badge.
What a great story there. Well, a reminder for you now, the Picayune Employability Job Fair is well underway. It started at 9 o'clock this morning. It runs until 1, so you still have about an hour to get out there if you're looking for a job. It's being held at Roseland Park Baptist Church off Highway 11. Admission is free for applicants looking for a job in Pearl River County. Just be sure to bring your resume and be prepared for on-site interviews. Also happening this evening, the Taste of South Mississippi. That event is at the Kroc Center. It runs from 5:30 to 8 p.m. It's an annual event where you can sample foods from the best restaurants South Mississippi has to offer. Also, they'll have live entertainment and a silent auction. All Taste of South Mississippi proceeds remain in the community to benefit Kroc Center programs and scholarship funds. It's a fun event. And the Gulf Coast Winter Classics Horse Show is still galloping on as Week 5 is underway in the 6-week-long competition. The Winter Classics is in its 26th year at the Harrison County Fairgrounds now. The horse show is split into 2 categories, hunter and jumper competitions. The event always brings in tourists from across North America, with some coming from as far as Canada. Show coordinator Janet McCarroll tells us more about the economic impact this show has on the coast.
We calculate it to be about $40 million for each time we're here, if we're at full capacity, which we are. Some people that come and stay for the whole time, some people that are transient come for at least 3 weeks and then go out, and then another group comes in. So with that, the aggregate number I think would be anywhere between 900 and 1,000. Well, this week they'll be jumping for $50,000 in that one class, so we think we're going to get a good crowd in there.
Coordinators of the event say the best time to catch the show is during the Grand Prix this Sunday at 2 p.m. That show is free to the public. Happening tomorrow over in Ocean Springs, Truewood by Merrill is hosting a Fish Fry fundraiser at 1260 Ocean Springs Road. Plates can be purchased with cash only for $12 at the front desk between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. All proceeds from this fish fry will be donated to the Alzheimer's Association. Looking ahead to the weekend, Fixin' the Coast has teamed up with Boy Scouts of America for a free pet microchipping event. That event will be held at the Harrison County Farm on John Clark Road from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday. Discount spay and neuter vouchers will also be available. It's part of Leanna LaSister's Eagle Scout project. You may remember her from our Megan Monday feature of her project back in January. Before we head to break, time to check in on our WXXV Votes question of the day. Our question right now is, what do you think college grads right now are making on their first job? Your choices are $75,000 or more, $60,000 or more, $40,000 or more, or less than $30,000. Of course, you can vote by going to our website, WXXV25.com, and clicking on the WXXV vote link in the news drop-down menu, or alternatively, use the QR code up on your screen. Still to come on the noon show, Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith proposes a bill to help banks in rural areas. We'll have more on that legislation next.
Winds have really picked up this afternoon. I'll have your forecast next.